Okay, we're out at the Collins Cup in Slovakia. We've got a whole bunch of the top pros here. We're going to be roaming around, asking them some questions and some divisive questions. Should you swim with a watch or no watch? It's a common debate amongst swimmers and triathletes. The pure swimmers out there would say no watch. Triathletes, well, they love their data, don't they? And then gym, or no gym. Do you wear a watch when you swim?
I will when I swim open water with the foam goggles, like on my own, because you can pair it and you can get like actual data. But no, normally I don't.
Okay, yeah. Controversial topic, swimmers and triathletes, that one.
A lot of swimmers, I feel like, they start to warm up to it. I know swimming is the most like old school of all sports, right? I've swum with many guys who are like looking at me even with paddles, and they're like, what do you use, paddle? Like, I don't use paddles actually, but you know what I mean? They don't use any gadgets, any tools, nothing. You just got purity. But a lot of them, when they put on goggles and stuff with metrics, I think they do see the value and they warm up a little bit to it. But I also like the purity of old school thinking and swimming too. So I'm on both sides.
No, I don't take the time either. I know a lot of athletes have like the watch on the side, but I don't bother. So I just manually put it in training peaks afterwards.
I do an open water, or if the pool has no watch clock on the side, but otherwise I don't use a watch for swimming.
Why is that? Just the pure swimmer in you, or just?
I don't know.
Don't need it.
I just need the watch actually for the time, and in the pool I know how much meters I'm swimming, so.
Yeah, proper triathlete, mate.
No. Yeah! I can't seem to count more than about, I don't know, 6 or 7 lengths. So I use the watch to genuinely just keep myself in the game, motivated, on top of the reps.
An avid watch wearer in the pool. Yeah.
Yes, I do. Which all the real swimmers that I swim with are always like, oh, what are you tracking on that? And I'm like, nothing, don't look at me.
Sometimes, but
it's a controversial topic, isn't it, for triathlete swimmers?
The age groupers love the watch, the pros, we don't like the watch so much.
Outdoors, yes. Open water, yes. In the pool, I absolutely hate it.
Yeah. Worst race you've actually finished, so not including DNFs.
Worst race I finished. I think it must be the 70.3 World Championships 2015 in Selamsee. Yeah, I crashed. Ouch.
So,
Mike, I thought, what kind of race? No, I crashed in the week leading up to the race because my bars, fall down.
Previous sponsor.
Yeah, indeed. We won. We don't want to name it. Yeah, I tell you in silence.
Okay.
And yeah, so I crashed, and but it was my second World Championships in 70.3. I took so many races to qualify, so I said, okay, there's open spots everywhere. Like I said, okay, don't want to quit this race, and it was hard, but I had the pleasure to run with Daniela Reeve, and so I had a lot of TV time there.
Nice. There have been some bad ones that I've finished. I would say probably Johannesburg Ultra. Yeah, I was on a bike a couple of sizes too big for me because I had a mechanical in transition. So yeah, it was pretty painful.
Okay.
Honestly, Florida in 2019, I won the Ironman, but it was the hardest mentally and physically and emotionally that I've ever pushed. Post-COVID, I don't know, the heat, being on my own for the whole bike, yeah, that was really hard, even though the performance was good.
Worst race, Hawaii 2019. Broke my handlebars after 5Ks, and then had to ride single gear for 175. And yeah, that was pretty terrible.
Probably didn't have very good run legs after that.
248 wasn't that shabby, but I'm not sure that I finished. I know a couple of ones that I didn't finish. So in the first European Games, I was in 19 and I had a really bad day. and I was just hoping the whole bike ride that I was going to be lapped. So no one managed to lap me, so I started a run, but I had to DNF because I was feeling so
Ironman Coeur d'Alene was, that was like a lifetime low for just in every department. I had like such high expectations, and I felt like I finally had things figured out, and then it was the complete polar opposite. I ran a marathon in 3:53, and I was running as best as I could, and I was only 17 seconds slower than, or faster than my first Ironman I ever did, with absolutely no knowledge of anything. So I wanted to definitely, in fact, I thought I might actually have to drop out of that one, because I thought I was going to start having to crawl or something, like 5K from the finish, and that's a long way to crawl.
Yeah, well, it's quite inspiring watching you finish that one. So yeah, fair play, mate.
It was horrible. Never want to experience that again.
Nice 2019, the World Championship sticks to my mind. That was a pretty painful and just somewhat humiliating experience.
Yeah, just wheels fall off and...
Yeah, it was my first World Champs. Just the travel kind of knocked my ass around, and then it was my first race with disc brakes actually, and they were rubbing, and so I just did so many watts on the bike, but got nowhere because of it, and then my legs were just absolutely fried on the run.
Oh man. Gym work or no gym work?
Recently, actually very little gym work.
Okay.
That's a little deceptive because I do still like a lot of core and stretching and Pilates, but just not so much like going to the gym and lifting heavy weights, but still a lot of maintenance work.
Gym. Not as much gym work as I should, but yeah, the basic stuff.
I love sitting on my bike at the gym, doing some Swifting, but otherwise, never. Some stretching, that's all.
Standardly, no gym work. I've actually found sometimes when I start off in a gym program, I pick up niggles. So I'm obviously below a level where it's going to be, I need to break through that level if it's going to be useful. And then whether it's useful is a whole other topic of conversation. As a physio, you'd think I would think gym work, but actually I'm really invested in the idea of just progressive loading in the function that you're trying to achieve.
No gym work, but when I get home, I got a coach already lined up, friend of ours, who's a very good strength coach, who I'm gonna start to get into doing at least something with kettlebells, something on the safe side. I've always been, I got into it a little bit, and I actually injured my knee from strength training, and I wasn't even injured. And so I think that's probably a virtue of not doing it with a coach watching you on the regular. So I got out of it, but I definitely feel like, especially after spending a week with Jan Frodeno and him telling me he's like doing single leg squats with 300 kilograms or something like that, I got to get into that, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I think the jury's still out there as to whether you should wear a watch for the swim or not. But in terms of the gym work, I am surprised how few of the pros do gym work religiously. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below and what you personally do, both for the swim and for the gym. And if you liked today's video, please do give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe. It's down below.